Hello, everyone. My name is Christie, and this is going to be quite a journey for us. We'll be talking about addictions. This is Let's Talk Addiction with Christie. A lot of people hear about addiction, and immediately they think about the extreme of it. They think about the man with the dreadlocks on the street who has used substances to the point where now he has an addiction. And we never really think that addiction is closer to us than that. So we're just going to be having these discussions about addiction so you could get a better understanding, deeper clarity on what addiction is. But before we start talking about the nitty-gritty of addiction, I would like to tell you why I'm even in this line of discussion with you. I come from a family of mostly addicts, really. My dad was an addict. I had 2 brothers and 5 sisters. And of the 5 sisters, only one died at the age of 9. The rest died as adults, but they all mostly died from addiction. My dad died from addiction. My oldest brother died from addiction. And my only surviving sibling is only alive because he dealt with his addiction. He was also addicted. I'm the only one who really escaped, but that's because quite early I refrained and abstained from the substances. So let me give you a little bit of a background. My dad was a heavy drinker. He was a functional alcoholic, and we'll talk about the functional alcoholic in the course of our discussions on alcoholism, on addiction. So my dad was a functional addict. He was an addict but could function. So you know that's what it means already. And then my mom never touched any substance, never. So my dad began to give to us to drink when we were very young. I tell people I stopped drinking when I was 10. And they ask me, so when did you start? I say I started when I was 2. Because that's the age my dad would start to give you to drink. And from there, some of my family members couldn't stop. They drank and exceeded my daddy's drinking. They added cigarettes, they added Indian hemp, some of them added cocaine, all kinds of alcoholic beverages they drank. So I lived with addiction. I grew up with it. And then one by one they began to die because the addictions ate up their bodies. And then I got married, started having children, and I found addictions in my husband's side of the family also. And my first son began to struggle. So I began to question, what is this thing? What is this thing? I thought I had escaped it from my father's house. I thought this thing that was eating up my father's house had gone away. But now I find it was waiting for me here too. So it was the questions I began to ask that opened my eyes to what I now got to know is called addiction. Because when my family members were dying, we didn't know it had a name. We didn't know something could be done about it. So when I found out that the name was addiction and something could be done, I started running around looking for where people could go, and I couldn't find anywhere. And that's where the realization that something needed to be done, someone needed to do something, came to me. And I started off the 180 Degrees Rehabilitation Center in the south of Nigeria in the city of Port Harcourt. And so that's my foray. That's how I came to this field of work, even though my initial area or field is electrical engineering. So I don't have anything to do with electrical wires now, but I have everything to do with the wirings of the human mind. So I'll be seeing you in our next episode of Let's Talk Addiction with Christie. Have a good day.